just moving forward towards summer because winter has left us behind.
Winter's left us behind. Spring is right in that little square. So who knows? Maybe summer will start in May this year.
I feel that way.
Based on the way we're going so far. And well, this week is going to be no different. If you are a fan of snow, unfortunately, I will be the bearer of bad news this week. But we have 3 systems to talk about. So I'll break that all down. But if you are looking for some snow, unfortunately, there isn't really much to talk about on that front. Today, however, we did see a backdoor cold front move through the state, which usually is bad news for us. However, today, it was good news because it did manage to clear out some of the clouds in the lower layers of the atmosphere, and we ended up with plenty of sunshine late in the day, especially along the coastline. However, we are going to start building in some more cloud cover overnight because we have 3 systems to talk about for this week. So the first one is going to be for tomorrow. So this coastal system is going to bring us some rain throughout the day on Tuesday, and then we have another system that will move in behind this one. This one has to do with the phasing between a cold front and another coastal system. You can see that cold front draped to our north, our coastal system down to our south. Eventually this will phase offshore from us, but we are still going to see a lot of rain, especially where that coastal system is involved. And then yet again, you guessed it, there's one more system that will be coming in for Sunday, and I'll break all of that down in a few minutes. So overnight tonight, we're starting to build in that cloud cover once again, so our temperatures aren't going to drop very far. In fact, a lot of us are going to be above freezing overnight tonight. And then we start to build in some of those showers as we get into Tuesday morning. Even before these showers start to move in, I think we could see some drizzle popping up earlier in the day, so kind of a dreary start. And then some of the rain showers begin to move in right about 11 a.m. on Tuesday into York County. And then we kind of have some on and off showers and some periods of rain throughout the day Tuesday. I think we could see a break kind of right around dinner time where we don't see as much precipitation. And then we start to get some clearing for the day, Wednesday. I think most of us are going to be a little bit cloudier. We could see a couple breaks of sun earlier in the day on Wednesday, but then we build in those showers yet again. We can start to see the precipitation from that cold front draping in through northern Maine. Once again, most of us are going to see just rain from this system because temperatures are just going to be too high to see any snow in any areas really outside of far northern Maine and the mountains. Once we start to see that cold front start to connect and phase a little bit with that coastal system, some really heavy rain coming throughout the overnight hours of Wednesday into Thursday morning, especially right along the coastline. You can see that there in those yellow and orange colors. This is an area where we could see a little bit of snow north of the Bangor area, but I don't really expect too much accumulation associated with that. Then we start to see some of this begin to move out of our area as we start Thursday morning, but we're still going to see some precipitation later in the day. So then we start to see this system, really kind of our coastal system once again, start to move out of our area. Then we have a little bit of a break where high pressure is able to come in Friday and Saturday. However, once again, another system for Sunday, mostly rain for a lot of us, maybe a little snow for the mountains, but it's definitely going to be a busy week because when all is said and done, could see some areas almost about 2 to 3 inches, possibly some areas of 4 inches of rain when the week is done, which may cause a little bit of flooding in some spots. We'll keep an eye on that. Rain forecast sees 2 to 4 feet. Got a small craft advisory in effect until midnight. So when it comes to our 7-day forecast, we've got a lot of raindrop icons, especially because of these systems kind of one right after another. That's a lot of times what we see in these very active weather patterns. And another thing to consider, Brian and Amanda, temperatures once again this week much above average, upper 40s, lower 50s. So winter is not in this 7-day forecast.
Just mud season.
Yes, I've already got my mud boots out and I've been walking through the parking lot to avoid the areas of grass or just mud at this point.
All right, Dana, thank you.